Welcome to the technology session, Flipping Your Classroom. It's easier than you think. In this presentation, I'm going to cover 5 reasons why I flip my classroom. I'm going to give you the tools to flip your own classroom, and I'm also going to give you some student feedback and suggestions about flipping your classroom. In this short video, I will go over the 5 reasons why I flip my classroom. So let's get started. The first reason why I flipped my classroom was because I've noticed that technology is booming. The use of technology is not going away. In fact, students are practically born with the technology in their hands. So instead of having them use it purely for entertainment and socializing, I wanted to teach them useful applications to this technology, ways that they can use technology to learn, not just socialize and beat Angry Birds or whatever game that they're playing these days. In fact, you've probably noticed that many students bring the technology onto campus. So instead of fighting the technology, I wanted to embrace the technology and have them use it in the classroom in useful ways. So here's actually a picture of some of my students using their cell phone technologies for research in the classroom. And that's just one way that I've used technology in the classroom. Another reason why I wanted to flip my classroom was because I've noticed over the years that not all students come to school willing and ready to learn. Some may be too tired, some might not have eaten, some may be distracted from the opposite sex or other life issues, and so I wanted to give them a learning environment where they can access the materials when it's most convenient for them and when they can focus on it. And so a flipped classroom allows you to do that. I can make my video lectures similar to this, I can post them online, and they can access it whenever it is most convenient to them. They choose. And another convenient reason is using the video lectures, the students can pause and rewind and review these lectures as many times as they want until the concept clicks. So I've had lots of students review the lectures before a test and refresh their minds for it and such like that. I've also found that many students prefer to watch the lectures at home for homework rather than try to struggle with practice problems. Because a lot of them will start the practice problems and then give up, and they have no one to ask at home, so they just stop and don't complete their homework. So flipping the classroom where they can watch the videos at home gives them a little less stress in finishing those practice problems. The third reason why I flipped my classroom was because I found it a better use of class time. Before I flipped my classroom, it would take at least 20 minutes, if not 30 minutes or more, to finish a lecture because I had to wait for people to finish writing in class. I had to stop distractions. I had to answer random questions. It just went on and on and on. So by making video lectures for them to watch at home, I don't have to waste that class time in class. And so it leaves more time for interactive labs and activities and literacy inside the classroom, more meaningful classroom experience, discussions, debates, all this stuff for class time rather than waiting for kids to write down the notes. And so, in fact, because I flipped my classroom, this year we've had a chance to do a big soap project where the students actually make their own soap. So that's what these 2 pictures are. We've had fun investigation labs where they figure out how to crush cans without physically touching them and other stuff like that. So it's been really fun and a better use of class time since I flipped my classroom. And when we're talking about the Common Core standards, it's going to give you even more meaningful, deeper learning experience inside of class because you don't have to go over the lectures, and it doesn't take you 20 to 30 minutes to go over a lecture that a 10-minute video can do at home. So it's a beautiful thing. Another reason why I flipped my classroom was because I was experiencing a difficulty in differentiating my learning for those that were falling behind versus those that were advanced. when I flip my classroom, I have time in class to do more one-on-one teaching with the students, and I can fit remediation in class as well because it frees up a lot of class time. I can spend more time basically like tutoring each kid rather than, sitting up there and lecturing about the topics and then going over practice problems and stuff like that. What I do is I'm literally floating around the classroom. Well, not literally floating, but I'm walking around the classroom and I am checking in with every person or every small group, making sure that they know how to do certain concepts or they understand what's going on. So it is definitely more like coaching, right, rather than teaching when you have a flipped classroom. So it allows more one-on-one teaching opportunities. Like I said, I can do remediation in class. In fact, I do what's called peer tutoring before quizzes. So I have small groups that get together and they're led by somebody who I know is strong in that subject, and they peer tutor the other students, making sure that they know how to do the concepts that will be on the quiz. We've had one-on-one tutoring take place and discussions and such. And although that's not a picture of me, again, like I said, I can go and really focus on those kids that are struggling. It gives me that time to do that. And for those that are, advanced, it opens up some class time for them to do challenging problems or projects that I assign for extra credit. So they have that opportunity in class to do that as well. So it's pretty cool. The last reason why I flipped my classroom was because, honestly, I wanted more energy. Before flipping my classroom, I was teaching 6 periods of chemistry all day long. For 2 days straight, I was saying the same things over and over and over again. And yes, I'm sorry, even I got bored in class. So the beautiful thing about flipped classroom is that I only have to say the lectures once. Just once. I record it once, I put it up on my website, and they can watch it as many times as they want, but I only have to say it once, and that is awesome. So what that does is that it allows more energy for me that I can spend on teaching them and less energy spent on trying to keep their attention during a lecture, which you probably know is kind of hard. So at the end of the day, I went from this to this. Yay! Yes, I had more energy. I'm definitely not as tired at the end of the day as before I flipped my classroom, and I am really glad that I did it. Okay, so those are my 5 reasons why I flipped the classroom. And so next I'm going to show you how easy it is to flip your own classroom. And this I'm actually going to do live and in person for you. So I'm going to go over ways to create your video lectures and how to publish them on your website. So I'll see you live and in person in just a second.